Hey, I'm Virginia, and in this video, we're taking a real floor plan and completely redesigning it from the ground up. I'll walk you through the full renovation step by step, what's not working, why it feels off, and exactly how to fix it to create a home that actually flows and functions. If I could just ask you a quick little favor before we start, if you wouldn't mind hitting that little like and subscribe button, it would make me very, very happy, and I would greatly appreciate it. All right, let's get redesigning. First, let's take a closer look at the original floor plan and go over the client's needs and priorities. This is a one-story home owned by a family of 4 with amazing potential. Good square footage, 3 large bedrooms, and lots of natural light. But the layout itself wasn't working as well as it could have. The communal spaces felt disconnected with really odd proportions, the kitchen was way too small, and don't even get me started on the bathrooms. So before changing anything, we need to understand the problems and what exactly makes the space feel less functional in everyday life. The client wanted to make some pretty substantial changes, starting with opening up the kitchen into the living room, adding a pantry, adding a new bedroom with a private ensuite, expanding the master suite, and adding a much-needed additional bathroom. One of the biggest issues with the original plan was that it already felt a bit fragmented. The movement between rooms didn't feel natural, and there wasn't a clear sense of how the spaces connected to each other. So even though the house had enough square footage, it didn't fully support how the family actually lived. Before we move on, the floor plans you're seeing in this video were designed in Planner 5D, an incredible tool that lets you design and decorate in both 2D and 3D. You can find the link in the description and start a free 7-day trial to explore all of the features and test out your own layout ideas. The first thing the designer focused on was circulation, how you move through the home, what you see when you enter, and how connected the main social spaces feel. In the original layout, the kitchen felt enclosed and didn't offer a lot of prep space, which was really frustrating for the clients who loved to cook. The hallway created more separation than necessary, and when entering the house, you were immediately facing a wall, which completely stopped the flow the second you walked in. The designer knew there was so much potential here and started by focusing on opening up the main living space. For this family, the kitchen layout was genuinely frustrating. The size was okay, but nowhere near as big as what the clients wanted. So the first step was removing those walls and opening up the kitchen into the main living area. And with that open space, a peninsula becomes the obvious anchor for the new layout. Now cooking is no longer something that happens in isolation and finally becomes connected to everything happening around it. The designer then added a large overhang with additional seating, which brought even more of a social element into the new space. The next step was to remove the open space in the middle of the kitchen by adding a large island in the center with lots of storage, since there wouldn't be any upper cabinets. As for this corner, there were a few directions they could have gone, but since the clients were big coffee drinkers, a coffee bar was a pretty easy decision. And for the final piece of the kitchen, a much-needed pantry with lots of storage space. So before, the kitchen was just a separate functional space, and now it becomes the social heart of the home. And that shift from functional room to social anchor is one of the most valuable things a layout change can do. Another important move here was opening up the hallway. The designer suggested adding a window to bring in even more light and openness, while also adding a storage unit to keep clutter hidden. By opening it up, the movement between rooms felt more natural and welcoming. That first impression sets the tone for how someone experiences the entire home, and now it finally works in your favor. Both bathrooms were tucked inside other rooms. If you were in this room and needed the bathroom in the middle of the night, you were walking through somebody else's room to get there. Opening up the space expanded the living area and widened the view of the backyard. And 2 new rooms were added, one with a bathroom right across the hall, and one with a fully private ensuite. Finally, no more awkward bathroom situations. Now let's take a look at what happened to the old dining room. Originally, the dining area was in a really long, narrow room right off the kitchen. It had amazing natural light, but the layout was just awkward. If the dining table was here, it was crowded by multiple doors that felt like they were constantly in the way. So the clients kept the dining table further down to avoid the doors, but then they lost out on their beautiful view. So since the dining table was moving into the living area anyway, they now had an extra room to work with. Now this space can be whatever the family needs it to be: a home office, guest room, second lounge, even a hobby space. Let's move on to the master suite. It had a great closet, but the bathroom was quite small, which for a master bedroom is always a bit of a letdown. The designer solved this by elongating the room to make space for a much larger master bathroom. The clients could have gone with a larger master closet in this open space, but instead they decided to add a small half bath right off the master suite for convenience. So no more midnight journeys to the bathroom. So overall, this change adds functionality without creating chaos, which is exactly what good design should do. Now let's take a look at the living room, because this is where layout really affects how the space feels. The designer incorporated a modern organic aesthetic with lots of neutral colors, wood accents, chunky knit rugs, and plenty of plants. Even though the floor plan is open, you can sense that every zone has its own place, and there's enough space that nothing feels crammed together. Now this is what made everything click. The 4K renders gave the clients a level of detail that's impossible to get from a floor plan alone. But wait, there's more! That beautiful render doesn't have to be the final step. Rather than exporting it to another AI tool, I can just open the AI Studio and continue working with the same image. I can make the render look even more realistic, completely change the mood of the space, experiment with different lighting conditions, or even create unique effects like sunset lighting, cozy candlelight, or even a room lit by a disco ball. And if static images aren't enough, AI Studio can turn your render into a cinematic video. Imagine sending your client a realistic walkthrough instead of just a few pictures. Now let's take a look at the final floor plan and compare it to where we started. A closed-off kitchen, awkward bathrooms, a living room that couldn't quite hold the family together. Every one of those problems now has an answer. More bedrooms, more bathrooms, a kitchen that finally makes sense, and a living area that actually brings the family together. And it all connects in a way that the original never did. And that's everything. One floor plan, a full transformation, and one idea behind all of it. It's not about furniture, it's not about the finishes, it's about whether the layout actually supports the way real people move, gather, and live. If you want to try changes like these in your own home before committing to anything, you can always try Planner 5D. You can test layouts, move walls, and experiment with your space risk-free with a free 7-day trial, and the link is in the description. If you found this helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe. That's everything I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.